Dr. Gloria Wright, and we're in San Diego at the National Speakers Convention. I'm speaking with Alvin Law, my good friend.
Hi, Gloria.
And somebody that I love and admire very much.
Ditto.
Alvin, I work with a lot of children and young people who are going through all kinds of troubles and wondering whether, in fact, they'll make it. Can you give them a word of encouragement and talk about what it means to you to step out of the box and not allow people to keep you down in that box? Can you tell us about that?
Well, as predictable as this is, and Gloria did not prompt me to say this, the worst thing you can do is live the label you've been given. We're given this label, that I was given a label, I'm handicapped. Actually, my label, an old one, was crippled. I was crippled. I was crippled because I was born without arms. I was a thalidomide victim. You know what, I'm not making fun of these. We all have identifiers that are important to our medical conditions, to our scenarios that we need to maybe have treatment for. But at the end of the day, our mind connects with that label. And if we believe that this label is going to somehow debilitate us or keep us slowed down, and I am talking about, of course, every single situation. I'm completely aware that some people may have severe limitations. They may not be able to move from the neck down. But what I learned is, not in a patronizing way, you're not different. You are you. I am not different. I am me. Now, I look different. When I reach up with my foot, for example, and maybe scratch my nose, that's different to you, but not to me. Be authentic, because at the end of the day, believe it or not, and I'm living proof, there are people that will admire you and be your friends for you. You may not have as many friends as you'd like, but you can have the quality ones that I have.
Alvin, can you tell us about your experience at school, some of the challenges that you faced and some of the concerns or fears? Did you think when you were younger, oh, it'll all turn out, or were there times when you really doubted or wondered? Can you tell us about that?
Well, let's not forget, Gloria, that I grew up in the school system in Canada in the 60s and 70s, a long time ago. We did not have the open-mindedness that our new society has. But even though that may have changed, some things haven't changed. In fact, to be quite frank, some of the things that have gotten worse are this idea that, oh, you know, my poor life, or I'm entitled, or I'm not going to be like everybody else, or, oh, I'm getting bullied. You know what? I was bullied too. I questioned whether I'd have a future. When you have no arms, I mean, career options. What was I going to do for a career? Well, I learned very quickly it probably wasn't a very good idea if I was going to be a dentist. I mean, can you imagine? Open wider? I don't think so. So when I had a guidance counselor suggest a career in broadcasting, which is obviously why I can do this, I thought, good idea. He said, I said television. He goes, no, you're kind of ugly for television. But I got into radio. It is maximizing your abilities and disregarding your disability. It is as simple as that.
And when people said to you or gave you a message, Alvin, that you can't do this, what did you think?
Well, you know, I believed a lot of people that told me I couldn't. I had a piano teacher who told me I couldn't play the piano because I had no arms or my toes were too short. I had people tell me that I would never get married because who'd want to marry a guy like me. I had people tell me I'd never be a parent. I had a lot of people tell me the things I'd never have or be. But here was the key. I had loving parents. I was so lucky to have loving parents who stuck with me all through the hard times, and there were hard times. I'd come home crying from school, I'd wake up crying in bed, I had times when I was just crushed by my life, but my parents kept reminding me, son, they had an expression, this too shall pass. This too shall pass. You will find a better day. So now I'm married, I got a 28-year-old son. I mean, I run a speaking business, my wife runs the speaking business, I do the speaking. In other words, I'm not bragging. At the end of the day, we will all pursue our own fulfillment in life, but don't ever cut yourself short for what you think you can or cannot do. I know it sounds cliche, but I live the cliche every single day. I was born without arms maybe, but I have been given so much more as a result.
And how about the future, Alvin? What do you think about the future? What happens?
Well, my future just continues to unravel. I mean, to be quite frank with you, I'm doing what I've always wanted to do. For 25 years now, I have been speaking. I just want to keep on speaking. All I can hope for, and this is where it gets a little tricky. I am almost 54 years old. I just hope that my body, my neck, my back, my knees, my hips, my feet continue to function at the level that they're functioning, because of course I do worry about what happens when those things go south. But at the end of the day, if we spend all of our time worrying about all those things that could happen to us, we're thinking about the wrong thing. My future looks bright, and I'll tell you what, I'm so blessed.
And so a final word, Alvin, for young people who are listening to you here on YouTube, what would you say to them?
Never stop believing, honestly, never stop believing. I'm living proof that you can take a bad situation and turn it into an amazing life. Anything is possible. And yes, you can.
And if you'd like to hear Alvin, then you can go to
alvinlaw.com. It's as simple as that. Look us up. In fact, look up alvinlaw.com and watch me playing the drums and the piano if you don't believe me. It's all right there.
Alvin, we love you.
Love you too,
You're
Gloria.
wonderful.
God bless you.
Great friend.
Thanks.
Thank you, Alvin. Thanks, everyone. Bye.